All right, so please, Kelly, take it away.
LaMonica Wiggins is an entrepreneurship and economics librarian at the University of Pittsburgh. In her position, she supports entrepreneurs with small business research so they can better understand their business, competitors, and customers. She also develops outreach programs to help address disparities in the entrepreneurial experience of African American women and other disenfranchised entrepreneurs. Her passion is to help entrepreneurs of color level up and give them the tools and assistance they need to open successful businesses. LaMonica is also the PIT coordinator for the Lunchroom Social Innovation Competition, a 10-week program and competition that introduces young people to social entrepreneurship.
Thank you, LaMonica. Thank you, Kelly, and welcome, LaMonica. Thank you for being here.
Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Thumbs up.
Awesome. I'm going to share my screen here. Give me one moment. All right. So which screen can you see? The presentation screen or the regular screen?
We can see, I guess it's both. It looks like, what are the characteristics or traits of an entrepreneur? We see it twice.
You see it twice. That's weird.
Yeah.
Do you see the same screen twice or two different screens?
Two different screens. It looks like slide 4 and maybe 5.
So you're seeing the presenter view. Okay. What about now?
There we go. We're good.
Awesome. All right. So, welcome to the First Friday speaker series. As your coordinators at the School to Career Program said, my name is LaMonica Wiggins, and I am an entrepreneurship librarian. So I am a librarian at the University of Pittsburgh, and I have been a librarian for a little over 10 years, and I've been working in libraries for about 18 years. So I started out as a librarian in a public library. And then I moved on to working specifically with entrepreneurs, so helping them start their businesses, helping them understand the environment in which they are opening up a business and how they can scale their business or grow their business. And I've been doing that for the last 5 years. So as a librarian, I am not an entrepreneur, but I know a lot about the process and sort of the challenges that entrepreneurs face when they are starting their own business. It's not an easy process, but it can be very rewarding. And as a librarian, I work with a lot of different types of resources to help give a clear picture to entrepreneurs about what's going on. So when I say resources, I mean things like databases, data sets, information about different populations, statistics about different people, about different businesses, and a lot of these resources that that we provide are free to the entrepreneur, but anyone else would have to pay for access to them. So these are things that you can't find from just Googling, just using Google, right? You have to use an authoritative resource when you're doing this kind of research. So you know that the information is coming from an accurate source, right? So I work with entrepreneurs to identify those sources to help them do their own research as they're getting started. So that's a little bit of info about what I do for folks who are starting businesses. So the traditional definition of an entrepreneur is a person who starts or runs a business, but anyone can be an entrepreneur or entrepreneurial in their daily lives. Essentially, the core of entrepreneurship is that you're building a solution to a problem that you have identified, and you're taking the necessary steps to make that a reality. So entrepreneurs are crucial in our society because they bring new products, new services, new technologies to our lives. So the clothes that you're wearing, the food you eat, the car you drive, the computer you use, these are all products of entrepreneurship. And so entrepreneurs are really great at spotting an opportunity and developing a vision around a new product or a solution. But anyone can have the skills that entrepreneurs have, can think the way that entrepreneurs think when they are, at school or in their regular job. You can always be innovative, thinking of new ideas, new solutions. So pretty much anybody can be an entrepreneur. You don't have to just start a business. So young people becoming entrepreneurs is not a new concept. Let me move this panel out of the way here. Hide video panel. Hide meeting controls. There we go. So if you think about entrepreneurs within the last 2 centuries, 20th, 21st centuries, for example, Facebook or Snapchat, these are all businesses that have been started by entrepreneurs who are under the age of 30, so very young entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurship has become sort of this viable career option for people who see themselves maybe not going to college. Maybe that's not in the alignment of your stars to go to college. Maybe you are looking for some other career path. Entrepreneurship has become a way for people to make a living, to support their families, and to grow. So according to a recent study, Gen Zs, that's you all, indicated about 54% of them are interested in starting their own company. And some of the reasons they mentioned that they were interested is that, they want to be debt-free. Right, going to college can often end up with a lot of debt. So being debt free is obviously something that would be important when you're just getting started in your life. They also mentioned having more control over their daily lives, over their work environment, having a purposeful life, so they're doing something they're really passionate about. And also being good to the planet. These were all forces that influenced why Gen Zs are interested in entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial ambitions. This can be especially significant for people in communities of color where opportunities are often few and far between. So you can sort of be the steward of your own destiny when you are when you're becoming an entrepreneur or starting a business. So let's take a little break here and do an activity. I want to get sort of you guys' take on what you think an entrepreneur, the characteristics or the important traits of an entrepreneur are. So we have a Menti word cloud that you'll fill out. So you want to go to this website, menti.com. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here and I'm going to put the link in the chat, menti.com. And you want to enter in the code of 65855574. That's in the chat. And just give me some examples or of what you think the characteristics of an entrepreneur are. All right, and we'll just take a few minutes to do this. You want to give at least 3 characteristics of an entrepreneur. Go. So we're going to menti.com and we're putting in the code 65855574. And then you're just going to fill out what are the characteristics of an entrepreneur. Does anybody need help getting to the website? Are we good with that? Give a thumbs up if you are there and filling it out. I see 1 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. How's everybody else doing? All right, I'm seeing some things come in here. Let me see if I can share my screen so y'all can see. Right, so some of the things that people are writing here of traits or characteristics of entrepreneurs: visionary, yes, having a passion, being motivated, being happy, tireless, determined, confident, yes, having initiative, being a leader. These are all great characteristics of entrepreneurs, very spot on, I would say. All right. Thank you all for sharing that. Let's see how your list, oh, it's still growing. Let's see how your list compares to mine though. Let's see. Share screen. And all right, so hardworking, innovative, persistent, yes, curious, adaptable, passionate, empathetic. So a lot of the things that you all mentioned in the word cloud, they're definitely spot on with the things that, you know, I have noticed of entrepreneurs and their, you know, their abilities or their characteristics. Some of the skills that entrepreneurs have are, they have to be really good at problem solving and communicating their ideas to other people. In some ways, they also need to be persuasive. They have to convince people that their idea is better than anything else that's out there. They also have to convince people to invest in them. Sometimes when you're starting a business, you need to borrow money or capital from other places, from what we call investors. So you need to be able to be persuasive to get those people to believe in you and to invest in you. Also, teamwork is important and is an important skill to have, because oftentimes you have people around you that are helping you to sort of get your business off the ground. So being able to work in a team and to delegate things out to other people to help you is a good skill to have. Also, math skills, because you need to manage money, technical skills, and time management. These are all things that are important skills and traits of entrepreneurs. So why be an entrepreneur? What are some of the advantages and disadvantages? I like to start with the positive things here. So let's look at some of the rewards of being an entrepreneur. It's exciting and fulfilling. A lot of the times you are pursuing a passion of yours, right? And so, it can be a lot more fulfilling than, some 9-to-5 job, right? You get to be your own boss often and to grow as a leader. You have a flexible schedule and you get to learn a lot of new skills. Some of the disadvantages that people have found when starting businesses, because it's very hard to start a business. I would say probably 50% of businesses fail in the first year that they start, because people don't realize it is a lot of hard work. And you are responsible for a lot of different things. You wear a lot of different hats in your business. Sometimes you fail, and that is fine. Failing is fine because you can grow from a fail. You can look back retrospectively on the things that you did, what worked, what didn't work, and you can try and try again. That's one of the great qualities of entrepreneurs, is they may fail, but they get back up and they try again. Sometimes money's not consistent, or it's inconsistent, meaning sometimes you don't make money in the first year of business, so you have to prepare for that. It can also be pretty stressful and risky. So there are some disadvantages, but I feel like the positives outweigh the negatives in this case. So there are lots of different types of entrepreneurs out there. There's what we call the small business owner, that's people in your local community, the t-shirt shop, a restaurant, the hair salon. These are your local businesses that, are on the corner store, right? There's a thing, what we call freelancers. These are people that sort of work for themselves, but they don't necessarily have like a building that they go to. So things like a YouTube influencer. I like to watch YouTube videos of what we call ASMR. It's sounds and visual stimuli that sort of help you sleep. And there are lots of ASMR artists that make money on the videos that they produce. A graphic designer might also be considered a freelancer, right? Or even an Uber driver is an entrepreneur, is a business owner. Artists, so musicians, painters, owners of record labels, those are people who are considered entrepreneurs. And then we have the franchise owner, so somebody who owns a McDonald's. Like, not most of the McDonald's that are out there are owned by individuals, right? A gas station owner or a cleaning company. And then there's what we call social entrepreneurs. So these are people who establish a business, but the aim of the business is to affect social policy or to have a social impact in their community. So they are creating a business, a product or service that meets an unmet need in the community or something that's been overlooked. So the main goal of a social entrepreneur is not necessarily to make profit, but rather to implement widespread improvements in society and have a positive impact, whether that's a social impact, a cultural, or an environmental impact. But that's not to say that social entrepreneurs don't make money. They make lots of money, but that's not the aim. That's not their passion. Their passion is to help people in their communities. So what does a social entrepreneur do? We just said, they are starting a business that has a social impact. It could be a for-profit business. It could also be a nonprofit, right? And some examples of social entrepreneurs. So you could be producing an environmentally friendly product. So designing, bags made of recycled plastic to address pollution, or creating 3D printed shoes to cut back on waste in the clothing industry. Or maybe you're developing some sort of innovative technology, like a computer program that can track the spread of disease, or creating an app that alerts people to police-involved shootings, or a VR, virtual reality game that helps the elderly with physical therapy, right? Or you are serving a underserved community. That could be something like you addressing a food desert in your community by starting a community cafe or community kitchen, or starting an education program for young girls, providing business loans for Black entrepreneurs, right? And then there's also social entrepreneurs that focus on philanthropic activities. So things like using the proceeds of your business to to fund planting trees in another country, in Haiti, for example, or making a soap that would go to third world countries where soap is considered a luxury, right? So these are just a few examples of what a social entrepreneur does. So we have a competition that we're hoping you all might be interested in joining, where you meet with social entrepreneurs and you learn about how they got started and where they're going in their business. And that competition is called the Lunchroom Social Innovation Competition. So this is modeled after sort of a boardroom kind of setting. And it's a competition for you guys, high schoolers, right? And the idea is that you learn about social entrepreneurship, how to start your own business through weekly meetups with other social entrepreneurs, with people like me who work with entrepreneurs. And you're learning about ideation, so coming up with ideas for different problems that exist in the world. You're learning about product creation, so how to develop a product, how to bring a product to market. You're learning about business financial literacy, so developing a budget for your business, how you get investors to invest in your business, how to pitch to investors. So there's a lot of opportunity to build some skills when it comes to creating either a social or a technology-based venture. So at the conclusion of the program, which is 10 weeks, starts October 4th through December 15th. So at the conclusion of the program, you actually pitch your idea before a group of investors, and you can win up to $1,000 to support your business idea. So you can take it from idea to, the next step, right? So what do we want you to learn from this competition? So we're talking about the importance of entrepreneurship and how you can be entrepreneurial. We are talking about the skills of entrepreneurs. You are learning about the process of starting a business from start to finish, how to pitch. You're going to learn some vocabulary related to entrepreneurship, and you'll be using some digital technology that would make you really competitive in the workplace. So, there's some skills that you'll walk away with by participating in this program. So as I said, it's over 10 weeks. So these are the topics that we're covering over the 10 weeks. Again, we'll have entrepreneurs as speakers during this competition, and you'll also have things, activities that you're working on during the competition as well. So we're covering things like marketing strategies, what it means to be a minority entrepreneur, and you'll be working with mentors as well throughout the program to help you develop your business ideas. So some things that we want delivered as part of this program is you're coming up with your problem statement. So what's the problem you identified? Who is it a problem for? And what's your solution to that problem? You're coming up with a lean canvas. So you're going to hash out all the aspects of your business. You'll be writing your own business plan and creating a budget for your business, and an online marketing campaign. So how to use social media to get people to know about your business and to buy from your business. You'll be creating a slide deck, which is just a PowerPoint presentation that you will use to pitch your idea to a group of investors. And those investors will decide how much money to give you to get your business going. So we did do this program last semester or last January. We offered this program, and we had 20 students that signed up for it, but we had at the end of the competition, we had 5 students that placed in the competition. So they won money for participating in the competition and for their ideas. And our grand prize winner was a student from Westinghouse named Rainique. You guys may know her. She came up with this idea for an app for teenagers who have diabetes to help them find support groups, to give them recipes for good food for them to eat, and a map that would allow them to find restaurants and stores that stocked sugar-free treats. So, I mean, she took an idea, a concept that was really close to herself because she had diabetes, and she came up with this app that could really help people, especially teens who were looking for support groups and healthy food. And our runner up to the competition was a student that already had a business. She was a 7th grader with her own business. It was really sort of amazing. She had her own storefront in East Liberty where she sold custom apparel for cats and dogs, right? And she used that business to help raise money for local pet food drives for people who were suffering during the pandemic, who couldn't afford to buy pet food. They could come, just like you would go to a food drive, they could come to a pet food drive and get food for free. So, there were some really great ideas that came out of the students' work in this competition. And so I'm hoping that, some of you have are entrepreneurial or have some thoughts about maybe a business you might want to start and you want some help to get that business off the ground. That's what this competition really is about. All right, so we are accepting registrations for the competition starting today. So Miss Carla and Mr. Jeremy can share the link with you if you're interested in registering to be in the competition. Again, it's over 10 weeks, so it starts in October. And we'll do a big final pitch competition in December where you can share your ideas with everyone. But you'll be walking away with your own business plan, you know, with your own marketing plan, how you'd market the business. So a lot of these skills and these resources that you'll walk away with can really help you get started in your business. And you know, a little capital, a little money doesn't helps too, right? So Mr. Jeremy put in the chat the website to register for the program. Registration is up until from now until October 1st. So you have until October 1st to register for the program. And I'll take any questions that you have now about, you know, anything we talked about, or if you have any questions about the program itself, I'm here.
No, this is the entrepreneurship side. No, I think this is.
Has
So-
anyone, I'm sorry, go ahead, Ms. Carla.
You're already in school and career, you just need to tell us that you're interested. I'm trying to see where this application is going, because we have your information already. And like Ms. LaMonica said, it starts on 4th. Okay, so that's not the application. Sorry. Yeah, that's not, I'm sorry. So I'm like, that's the real application. You already filled that out, so you don't have to do it again. But if you all have friends that are in Pittsburgh Public School, especially in the Hill District, we'd love to have them part of this competition. If you are a school career student already, you don't have to reapply, you just have to let me know. But what's different between you and someone else, you actually get paid for the Wednesday sessions because it's part of your training. So you'll get paid for the Wednesday workshops with the speakers and mentors that will be coming in for the next 10 weeks. So even just for your participation, you get money. But if you happen to win on top of that, that's even better. However, if your friend is not part of school career, or someone else that's not in our program that didn't go to orientation, they would not be eligible for the Wednesday $30 a Wednesday stipend. But they can win up to the $1,000. You all have any questions? Any interest? Thumbs up if you're interested, or you're considering starting your own business, or even just to learn about starting your own business. Good, Moses. All right. Excellent. Excellent, Danielle. Oh, yeah, because we have some artists. I see there's one of our seniors here. So these are things that will definitely be beneficial. I have no idea what this is doing now. That'll be beneficial in not just if you choose to go to college or if you don't go to college. I think having that business, the understanding of starting a business and running a business is definitely going to be important in whatever you decide to do. Do you all think you have friends that might be interested? You all still there?
Probably my best friend.
Okay.
She lives right in the Hill District, so she'll probably be interested.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna put the link in there. You all can always call me or text me. I can get that information out to you. We're gonna have on Zoom. If you're vaccinated, of course, you can come into the building on the days that we're working things through. You will need a computer. So if you don't have one to work on, definitely, again, let us know that so that we can get you set up so you can put together your presentations, your materials for your project. But we lost somebody. So don't be shy. It's a great opportunity. We had a lot of fun doing it last year. Or, well, it's not even last year. Was it last year? I don't know. So earlier, like last school
January.
year. January. Seems like so long. We had a great time doing it last year, and just putting together those presentations, I think, was so impactful to really see those businesses coming together. And Ms. LaMonica mentioned a young lady that already had the business. I didn't go in because it was closed, but I was at her store, where she does make and sell these dog and human outfits, matching outfits. So she took our money, and she won the competition here, or placed in the competition. And I found out that she won another one a few months later and has taken that money and invested in her business. So this could be you 6 months from now. I could be walking past your store saying, I know, like Moses just opened up that business. He was at the school career and pick competition for Danielle or Iona. So if you have friends that have been talking about starting a business, this is a great place for them to begin.
So it looks like Mr. Jeremy put the final application in the box here, the chat box here. So if you click on the "Here it is" link, that'll take you to signing up for this competition. Again, you have until October 1st. Please feel free to share with your friends, share through your social media if it's something you think other people you know might be interested. Help us get the word out about this competition, because there is a lot of funding that you could get and that you could win for your business idea. All right. Well, thank you guys for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you all have any questions for Ms. LaMonica or for us? I know some of you all have not talked to this year, but do you all have any questions before we let Ms. LaMonica go? And if you all could just stay around for a couple minutes so I can talk to you all about what school careers year looks like. Because we're changing our schedule yet again. Any questions? And we're going to post this on our band. Thank you, Ms. LaMonica. Thank you, Ms. LaMonica.
Bye.